The Forest Service is hiring for wildland firefighter positions, which is why we're kicking off the show outside today. So joining us now is Kalina Lind, fire prevention technician from El Dorado National Forest. Okay, so you're doing a hiring event.
We are.
So tell us about the hiring event.
The hiring event is from tomorrow and Wednesday, 9 to 5 at the Doubletree Hotel. And we're hoping that applicants will bring their resume and 2 forms of identification. It's possible that after the event, they could walk away with a tentative job offer.
Okay, at this hiring event, we want to make sure that people know what they're signing up for. What are you hiring for?
Wildland firefighter positions, and these are entry-level positions. So we're looking for people that really enjoy the outdoors, that have like an adaptable personality, that can follow direction but also think on their feet, because we work in a really high intense environment when we're on fires, and we want people that both can listen to what we're saying when something's happening but also maybe think on their toes and like to sleep outdoors for long periods of time, be outdoors for long periods of time, hot weather, cold weather, kind of that tough personality that can help us put these fires out during the summer.
Okay, so this is your job, correct?
This is my job. 19 seasons.
Oh wow, 19 seasons. Yeah. Okay, so what do you like about your job?
Oh, so many things. But to wrap it up, I really love that I get to travel all over the United States and even other countries. I've been to other countries helping with other emergency response like typhoons and other wildland fires. But mainly it's just the people that I work with. It's a big neighborhood environment. I love the people with. I love side all the really unique land experience.
I think about that a lot when I sit at my desk and I look outside the window. I do get outside sometimes, but you know, you miss that sort of outdoorsy feel, especially if you grew up that way. It's nice to kind of get paid to do something that you love to do. Do you have experience if you're coming to the hiring event?
Firefighting experience? No, you have to just, as long as you with life experience that can relate to what we do. It doesn't have to be firefighting. I'm talking about everything from like working in fast food to working in sales to working outside doing maybe tree work, or even if you have experience working on a family farm or helping your grandparents with some yard work. All of that stuff is relevant. It's completely entry level. You don't have to have the initial training to apply. You just have to have the training that is required before your first day of work, and that can be obtained online or through some other options that we have to obtain the training.
Okay, so I like this sort of this approach. You're hiring attitude, not necessarily experience. So if you've got an attitude for the outdoors, this would be a perfect job. We're standing in front of your truck, right?
Yeah, this is my truck, yes.
Okay, so tell me about this truck. You were kind of describing, you know, what it's used for, and I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah, so this truck is it's a prevention truck or patrol truck, but it's mainly used for being in the really tight roads, the very tight environment on a lot of our forests. So if there's a road or an area that maybe an engine can't get to, they usually will send me in there to help try to, if the fire's small enough, to try to suppress this fire. I can also help with pumping platforms, but also people having campfires deep in the woods where they're not supposed to during fire restrictions. This is where this truck comes in handy.
Are you in the truck?
Usually, yes. I can staff it with another person if there's a need, but primarily I am by myself.
Okay, so you're gonna show us something, which this is always my favorite part of the show, when we get to do a little show and tell. We're gonna demonstrate how the truck works. So you go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
So all I'm doing is I'm turning on the pump. So when I turn on the pump, I just need to make sure that my water level's up, which I'm good to go, and then I just turn it on. It's pretty simple.
All right.
So it's on. Now my gauge is telling me that I have a prime because I start to have my PSI is already building, so I have a prime in my pump. I can turn up my PSI, which then allows me to have more pressure to spray water further or more water. And then once I have my pressure up, I can grab my hose. We're gonna pull this out.
I like the nozzle.
Yep. And then
there we go. Okay, is there a special technique? Technique? Let's say you're going to put out a technique.
Well, so campfire, usually you want to be really low pressure because you don't want to spray the embers all over the place. Yeah. But if you're fighting a wildland fire, it's actually, you turn it to the right to fight, which is a straight stream, left, and it's going to get wide here, left to live, which creates more of a fog pattern, and that's to protect yourself from the heat of the fire. Oh. So right, left to live, right to fight, left to live.
All right, so if you're watching and you want to go to the hiring event this week, you got a little leg up, you got a little knowledge, but you don't have to have experience to go to the hiring event. If you're interested in the outdoors, interested in getting one with nature, protecting our forests, when is the hiring event? What should you bring? Who should come?
Come tomorrow or Wednesday, 9 to 5. Bring a resume and 2 forms of identification, and bring a good attitude, and hopefully you'll walk away with a job offer.
Okay, very good. Well, Kalina, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for showing off what you do, giving us a little inside scoop. We appreciate it. We will have all the information about the hiring event on our website, yourcentralvalley.com/CVT. We'll have all the information there. Everybody else, stay right there. We'll be right back with more Central Valley Today. Up next, Jets Plus. We're going to the tarmac to make sure that you have an epic Valentine's Day. See how they do it. Stay there. We'll be right back.